Right, so thank you for the global tallies. Health authorities here remain undeterred in their plans to pave a path out of the pandemic and into an endemic phase of COVID-19, despite the unsettling tallies, of course. I have Han Seong-woo joining me now with details on that. Seong-woo, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Right, so officials here are subtly but tangibly choosing to address COVID-19 as an endemic disease, Seong-woo.
That's right, Sunny. Like we heard from authorities yesterday, our COVID-19 fatality rate has been sitting below 0.1% for the past 4 weeks now, which explains why more and more people are now treating the virus as an endemic threat. These views were echoed by Prime Minister Kim Bu-kyum this morning, actually. Take a listen.
Quarantine authorities should discuss with the medical community how COVID-19 as an infectious disease can be reclassified from its current grade of level 1 so that the virus can be medically dealt with in an ordinary setting.
He's essentially saying the same thing, that COVID-19 should no longer be treated as a notable exception compared to other infectious diseases like the seasonal flu. Kim still emphasized the need to get vaccinated, but at the same time assured the public that the peak of the ongoing Omicron surge would soon come to an end. As such, health authorities are increasingly concentrating their time and efforts on treating patients who really need it. I'm talking about the most vulnerable. Like Soa laid out yesterday, those with underlying conditions in their 50s have now been excluded from the so-called intensive management bracket so that healthcare workers can focus on patients in their 60s and those with weak immunity. Also starting today, people hospitalized for different reasons to contract the virus but show mild or no symptoms will, in principle, continue to receive care in their standard beds, not in isolation.
Moving forward, Seong-woo, do you suppose this shift in perception with regard to COVID-19 will perhaps weigh in on the government's upcoming decision with regard to the fate of our COVID-19 restrictions?
I'd say that's highly likely, Sunny. That announcement will be made on Friday, just a couple of days before the current social distancing scheme, which limits private gatherings to 6 people max and business hours to 11 p.m., expires this coming Sunday. The country is considering several options for its next set of guidelines coming into effect on Monday, including 1, maintaining the current rules, 2, raising the cap on gatherings to 8 and extending business hours to midnight, or 3, even completely lifting the restrictions altogether. But before authorities make a final decision, though, they'll be holding in-depth discussions with various stakeholders, including related ministries, local governments, and of course, healthcare workers and business owners who have borne the brunt of the pandemic.
Right, so I suppose we'll just have to wait and see then. Thank you for now, but do stay for more talks.
I'll be right here.